AEW is that one shorty who give you the best, but that bitch crazy. in WWE is your main shorty, but she a pillow princess. So your side piece is AEW. Welcome to another episode of the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast. It's the Masaku.
It's your boy, Swag Switch in the building.
And as always, it's the demon that be leaving your girl screaming. All right.
The demon that be leaving your girl
I don't know, man. I'm trying to make up something better. It's coming.
See, the funny thing is I've always had one. I have several.
Yes.
I got the Mark of Perfection with the platinum complexion. You know, what is it? The King of Bling, the embodiment of swag. Like, I can go on for days.
I mean, I had Manic Elite General Mile Fleet back in the day, but that wasn't really like a similar moniker, you know?
I mean, you could. Well, actually, no, that now that you say that originally kind of was
that was
thing.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm not that dude anymore. So anyway, guys, welcome to another episode, as I said before, where we are going to elegantly pull our pinkies out and talk about wrestling while sipping tea. So, Swag, you weren't here last episode, and very much talked about my frustrations from the John Cena Farewell Tour, and how Gunther took that win, and how John Cena went out like a bitch.
Listen, but it's crazy, and there is so much that could be said, but I'm gonna try and keep it sweet, because the overall pay-per-view was not bad, or whatever you want to consider Saturday Night Main Event. If it's really
technically a pay-per-view,
it's a pay-per-view kind of sort of.
PLE, we forget. Sorry,
but like, I know my ultimate view on this whole John Cena thing. In the moment, it was weird. With how it went down and how the finish was. I know in the moment, I thought it was kind of goofy the way that he went out with the smiling, the little baby tap, type situation. Now, in the hindsight of it all, I understand what they were trying to do, type situation. And I get the whole idea of it's John Cena being like, you know what? It's okay to let go and all this other stuff. All right. And that's fine and dandy. But for me, I think the end-all, be-all situation of this whole ordeal is just the fact that they've dropped the ball all the way through this whole deal. And I feel that the ending that we got is because that's all they have. That's all that they thought they had the capacity to be able to deliver. Because, as I've said throughout this whole John Cena run, this could have been, this was an easy thing for them to do, and they overbooked and overcomplicated it. You know what would have actually, like, if we wanted to keep this exact ending the exact same way that it happened, you know what would have made this ending completely okay and no one would have complained about it?
And what would that be, good sir?
If we told a story about Gunther, instead of Gunther doing a stupid gimmick fucking tournament, imagine if Gunther just showed up and said, hey, John Cena, I'm going to beat you I'm going to choke you out and I'm going to make you give up. And we had a month of Gunther going on and on about the fact that he's going to show up, beat him, brutalize him, choke him out, and make him give up. We see a couple of matches of Gunther literally just beating people like that. And then having a moment where John Cena acknowledges Gunther and is all like, no, I'm not going to go out like that. You're not going to beat me. I'm never going to give up. And all this other stuff. And at least they have two confrontations. And then, one time, and then one time they leave us where Gunther does jump John Cena and then choke his ass out. And then he's standing over him like he won type deal before the match kind of thing. And then it's all like, damn, is that really what's going to happen? Oh, man, what's going to go down? And then everything plays out exactly as it did. John Cena does all this fighting, blah, blah, blah. And then when he realizes that, like, damn, there's really nothing else that I could do. Now, granted, I do think he could have sold a little bit better at that tail end, like give it a little bit more kind of thing. Because a lot of people say the fact that they wanted to make sure that Gunther had to win by tap out because, John Cena just passing out would not be a strong enough win for Gunther to make him be this, the most hated diabolical thing that is out there. And I can kind of understand that. I do feel they could have still just let John Cena at least pass out, or he pass out in a way where it's like you see him really trying to fight and you really see the light just get snuffed out by Gunther.
Like he still never gave up.
Well, even in the sense
he technically gave up.
Even in the sense of him like not like, because not tapping is like you see he's trying so hard and you just like you sell the fact that Gunther got that shit locked in so hard. Like you're fading and you see John Cena fading. And it's like, you see the fact that he's like, damn, he gives you that facial, that facial expression of that look of someone who realizes, oh, I'm about to die right now.
Yeah. Like if he can make his face like turn red, which you could, tint your face up.
Yeah,
and
like
do shit like that. Yeah,
like, and this is talked about going the non-tapping route. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I've heard people compare it to different things, but one of my favorite ones was when they compared it to when Optimus Prime went into his fight with Megatron, being like, "Hey y'all, so I know I'm probably going to die." Okay, but I'm gonna go into this fight anyway because it's what I have to do. And when I do die, just know I'm okay with that. I am okay with dying right here, right now. Shit. But I just need that once that does happen, someone else is going to come in and continue what I pick up where I left off at. Yeah. Because that's really the whole thing that John Cena was wanting to get across. It's like he has died, but now someone has to come and pick up where he left off at.
The thing about it is with that, though, Gunther, by the way, your team might be getting cold. With Gunther, though, nobody's really going to do that because now it's going to be legend after legend after legend that they're trying to get and sell this like he's knocking off the legends. Because now we know from, Fightful Select and all them kind of people that Brock is going to get Gunther's going to retire Brock.
So when it comes to that piece, that is a later on down the line issue that they will have to deal with. And when it comes to that piece, but even then though, it's like, yeah, so he does that. But in this process, because as I've made the statement before, Atlas is gone.
Okay. Atlas is crazy.
Atlas is no longer here. So somebody has to hold the weight and the burden of the world on their back since Atlas is gone. Granted, I'm gonna be nice, but yeah, like, someone has to take that spot. If it's gonna be Cody Rhodes or if someone new is gonna come up from the ashes of John Cena's metaphorical death.
Well, Cody does want to do John's strongman feats. He's mentioning once John is done, he wants to be able to do his strongman feats. But I'm like, nigga, you ain't strong John Cena though.
He has to get there. But it's like the overall thing for me though is with the finish. I am okay with after, in the moment and in the hindsight of it all. And as far as how I felt, it's weird because like compared to when you were talking about it, it's like I remember at one point I was like, I ain't gonna feel no sad or I ain't gonna cry about this guy, but I ain't gonna lie, it did happen, but it wasn't because of what happened in the match. My feelings and my like how I felt about the moment that was going on, it wasn't whatever happened with the match. It was more so just the idea of the fact that John Cena is going and what he represented and what kind of a staple he has played, in my life and with the people who are around me type thing. Like, I know you being a big John Cena fan, what came to my mind as well was, our brother Big C's.
That
he was a big John Cena fan.
Yeah, man.
And like, there was a moment, it's making me all.
Yeah, I know.
But there was a moment that was like, John Cena's gone.
Yeah.
My boy, he is also gone.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But it's like that thing that linked us together.
Yeah.
Type deal. It was like, so I had that moment and I was like, okay. All right, I guess I'll miss John Cena a little bit.
It's definitely a thing, man, because when I'm with my partners last night and suddenly I'm scrolling through Facebook and it was showing me all of John Cena's interests for WrestleMania. And I'm like, man, from the Doctor of Thugonomics theme and him coming out to the ring. And I noticed that Here Comes the Pain, they literally cut and copied that entrance from when he went against Big Show for the U.S. title straight from that entrance. Watch it again. Watch it again and then watch John Cena come out like, doing all that shit. That is straight from the motherfucking WrestleMania one. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then just to think, and I'm hearing the theme song and I'm seeing this and I'm like, I'm never going to hear this again in the way I would want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because he's still going to make appearances. But to me, honestly, him coming out in a suit to that song does not feel right.
Yeah, it's like when after he got beat and then he's staying in the ring and, he's doing all that stuff. It's almost as if like what was happening on the TV did not actually matter. It was because I didn't care about John Cena winning or losing to Gunther really, but it was more so just the overall idea that this is going to be the last time I'm seeing him in that particular kind of capacity. And then it was the initial just thinking of all of the past moments that I've had, good or bad, in reaction to whatever John Cena was doing. And so one of my top moment, there's two very top moments of reacting to what John Cena has done that comes to mind if I was going to say like my quote unquote favorite Cena moment. Okay. And that would be when he showed up at the Royal Rumble when he had,
and it was like number 30.
He was number 30.
Yes, that shit was hype.
It is more so my favorite in the sense that it is the most memorable moment for me because of how fucking pissed I was that he showed up, because there was no way that he should have came back. Like, he was not gone long enough. I was told this nigga's supposed to be gone for like 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. He came back in 3.
If the pie not,
I'm over here thinking 6 to 8 months of no John Cena. Maybe I'm going to miss him finally. And then he comes in at number 30. And at the time, I remember it was like, what, Triple H was in the ring. I know Batista was in the ring. I think Edge was in there. And I want to say it was like somebody else. And I'm over here, I'm like, at that time, I'm like, Triple H wins? Fuck it, sure. Batista, I'm for it. At this time, fuck Edge. God, I hate that motherfucker.
yes.
But like, and whoever else was like, anyone, please just give it to Batista. Give him this W. And then all of a sudden, John Cena's music starts playing. I remember Cecil, he's going crazy. He's like, yo, he's back. I'm over here like, oh my. And then he fucking wins.
But you gotta give him credit though. He did have an injury where he was supposed to be gone that long, and he recovered. He hit the gym. He did rehab, and he was able to make it.
Yes, he fucking was. And you know what? Good for him, but fuck him at that very moment when it was happening.
That shit was hype as fuck. JR was losing it.
Bro, at the time, because I think everyone was at the house when we was watching it, and we all were losing it too. In different ways.
Yes, in different ways.
Because I was losing it because I'm like, because as soon as his music started playing, I'm like, fuck, he's gonna win. And then next person gets eliminated. Oh my God, John Cena's gonna win. Another person gets eliminated. Fuck, why is he winning this? He doesn't need to win this. And then he wins, and now I'm just.
Yeah. A lot of people's opinions on it are different. What's the second one? Now I'm curious. The second one.
So the second one, I'm a little cloudy on it, but I think it was during a time when John Cena was kind of sort of feuding with John Laurinaitis.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pay-per-view where John Cena was fighting someone. And like, if he was to win, it would like John Laurinaitis would just go away.
Oh yeah.
And whatnot. And I'll never. And if I was actually, I gotta look for it because the picture exists. There is a picture of me sitting there. We're at the Wing House. I have my heavyweight title on my shoulder, and it is the first time anyone had ever seen me in full John Cena garb.
And doing the three. Yeah. I never forget that.
I had the green hat on.
Never forget that.
I had the green shirt.
Never.
I had I had my spinner chain on that said "You can't see me." And this was at a time when I severely still disliked John Cena, but I hated the person who he was going up against a lot worse. And you know what John Cena did? He failed me. He lost the fucking match. John Laurinaitis stayed there, and I wore all of that shit for absolutely nothing. I was livid. Absolutely livid. But yeah. Thanks for the memories, even if they weren't so great.
Nah, it was. I'm trying to see if I can find it. There was the John Laurinaitis match where he went against John Laurinaitis.
I think that was the one. It was that.
Oh yeah, because Big Show came out there.
There it is. Yeah. And John Laurinaitis won, and I was just like, "Come the fuck." John Cena, you had one job, and he let me down. But yeah, overall, John Cena will be missed, but it is too bad they've done him the injustice of giving him a very piss poor retirement run. And it's funny because something that I want to just bring up and say out loud, because when people were talking about the fact of like, you know, John Cena should have won kind of thing, and they talk about when Sting won and stuff like that. Whenever we talk, when wrestlers retire, you know, whether if they're going to win or lose, usually they say, you know, you lose and you put over the person on your way out.
Yeah.
And it's like Sting, and I know I've told you this on the phone when we talked about it briefly. I was like, when people talk about, I was like, oh yeah, well, Sting, he won on the way out. He didn't put the Young Bucks over. And I'm like, to a certain degree, he did put the Young Bucks over because they were heels. But also, at the same time, Sting won. It was a tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
Sting won that match with Darby Allin. And for all intents and purposes, Sting really put Darby Allin on with that match. Sting winning that match with Darby Allin, it obviously, let Sting have a very glorious retirement, but he also, through the whole time, it put Darby Allin over because Darby Allin, number one, won the tag team titles with Sting. And then number two, Darby Allin, for all intents and purposes, Darby Allin got the Sting rub. Like, he passed down.
He's now doing the Scorpion Deathlock and everything.
Exactly. Like, he's officially, he's passed down pretty much, the Sting's tutelage type thing. Like, what he has learned from Sting. He has Sting's bat now. And so it's like, Sting, though he did not lose, he still did the thing that you do when you retire, and that's put over the other talent on the way out. And so it's like John Cena, to a certain degree, yes, he is, him losing is putting over Gunther. And I feel if he would have beaten Gunther, there is a way where they could have done it to put Gunther over and let John Cena win at the same time. Because in my mind, what I would have said they could have done is let John Cena win, give everybody their happy ending, right? And you know how John Cena left out and stuff like that? And it's like they showed John Cena, he's leaving and he's, shaking hands with everybody, passing Gorilla and everything. And that's when you have Gunther go and jump him and dog walk him after the match.
But how would you prevent people from backstage getting into that situation?
Because it's Gunther.
So people don't want to go up there.
No. Or because it is Gunther, maybe some people do try to break it up.
Yeah.
And then Gunther beats the shit out of them, and then he continues to beat up John Cena. And then he does a thing where it's almost as if he injures John Cena. And then since John Cena's gone, it's on his way out, it's we find out on Monday, it's John Cena's got 3 cracked ribs and a severed spine and a broken pinky toe and all this other shit. He's in a bruised neck. And all this other stuff, and a slight concussion. He beats John Cena
like AJ Styles did.
I'm talking
beat up John Cena.
I'm short of running him over with a semi truck type shit, bro. Beat John Cena, and now John Cena, he got his win, but on the way out, he has now allowed Gunther to look like this monster, destructive force of nature who is now pissed off and just wants blood type situation. And so it's shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda bought a Honda.
But instead we got what we got. And
can
at
you
this
imagine
point,
if he would have did a similar thing, where a Big Show threw John in that light?
Anything, fam.
Yeah, I'm just saying that would have been.
They could have done anything. But right now we all know WWE's not firing on all cylinders in the creative department right now. They are very Well,
I don't know, man. We got recent news and it's all over the internet because people can't go to a wrestling event and not pull out their goddamn phone. But our boy, Carmelo Hayes, finally has a fucking title.
This is talking about stuff that I think technically all that happens this week.
No, it happens. Yeah, next week, next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday is when it's going to happen. Carmelo Hayes is going to. You know what's crazy is the fact, like, talking about what's going to happen on SmackDown. It's like it's almost fine to talk about it right now because I watched SmackDown. Nothing happened on SmackDown.
No, nothing. I mean, besides the really cool match that those two had, that Drag and Carmelo had against DIY, that was a cool match.
Like, the only things that was really worth noting about SmackDown is that Drew McIntyre damn near has like a restraining order on Cody Rhodes. The Y6 and the SMTs are feuding against each other, and now they're like they're going at each other for real.
Here's the thing, I don't know if anybody notices this about the stipulation with Cody's situation. Cody can't touch him. There is no stipulation that he can't touch Cody. And that's where the line is going to get drawn later. Think about it.
That is the wording that they kind of that is the wording that they kind of promoted. So.
And once they said that shit, I said, okay, now this is basically Triple H and Austin all over again. Remember when Triple H was supposed to sign the fucking contract and he just starts beating up Austin and Vince like, what the fuck? He said, I didn't sign the contract, asshole. Now I did. Now you can't touch me, bitch.
He beat him up, and then after he beat him up, signs the contract, and now he can't get his lick back.
Yeah. It's basically that, because now Drew can kick the fuck out of him. And
I don't know.
He did not say. He didn't say both of you cannot touch each other. In that whole conversation they had at his house, there was nothing where Nick said you can't touch Cody. He set the terms. He said he cannot touch me. He did not say, okay, well, you can't touch him. He just said that can't touch me.
I'm curious to see if that's what that happens.
I feel it.
Because literally, as someone who plays D&D, when you look at what it says, you gotta read them words carefully,
and that's why I feel like he's gonna jump him either in the ring or backstage. And then Nick's like, yo, he says he can't touch me, and then Nick is gonna be like, oh, and Nick's gonna realize I fucked up.
Yeah, if that is the case, number one, that's absolutely fucked up.
I mean, it's good. I feel like it's good storytelling.
That's hella foul.
Yeah,
but like, if that do end up being the case, boy, I'm telling you,
that's good story.
But I did kind of like Cody Rhodes' little like when
Merry Christmas
little promo that he cut talking to Nick on some like, listen, I run shit around here. I'm like, Cody Raheem. Cody Raheem Rhodes. If your daddy could hear you right now, goddamn, brother, like, calm down.
The Atlanta in him is coming out because he is an Atlanta nigga. When you think about it,
listen, it's a thing.
He is in black capital of the United States. He's born there.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered something that I was going to talk to you about.
What's up?
That also happened this week in wrestling.
Oh, Mo and losing titles?
No, that wasn't it. However, that did you bringing that up, going into talking about some of those things, and actually, this is all going to be related. But the first thing I did want, that's because you brought that up. We had a 3-hour AEW Dynamite. But then we still had Collision this weekend, apparently. Like, I was looking and it was like, I saw like it showed what the episode of Collision. I'm like, wait, what are we doing out here, AEW? Like why 3 hours? And I thought they was doing the 3 hours because they weren't going to do Collision this weekend. But apparently Collision still happened this weekend. And I do believe that particular Collision is supposed to be the one where Windsor takes the belt.
I feel bad for her though, because while she won that belt, The audience was not caring. If you look at the comments, they cannot help but look at her ass, bro. Every fucking like, there's a photo. It's literally a photo, and it's out of context. Well, not out of context. It's like completely off. It's literally Monet in a corner crying, and you see Windsor backside,
cheeks,
just all cheeks.
That's hilarious.
And somebody says, "Move over, Hunter. I'm looking at something." I can't remember if it's Hunter, but it's just somebody that's not even in the fucking image. And they just, yo, my bad. Move out the way. I'm trying to look at something. And I'm just like, and that's all the fucking comments. Like, this is the thing about the IWC I cannot stand. Sometimes it's like, bro, y'all sexualize these women so much, bro. I can't scroll Facebook, Instagram.
Bro, it's the internet. The internet. That's what I'm saying. The IWC. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just the internet. The internet has always been horny, bro.
Yes.
Like straight internet out here, like they suck down 5 honey packs,
bruh. And it'd be like, yo, which room you want to be in, or like it'll be fucking Soruka, Rhea, Io, and like it's just like y'all just showcasing the body, and it's like, bro, why are we constantly doing this?
Because some things just die hard.
All right, that is a Christmas reference, technically.
I did not make that particular reference on purpose, but I'll take it anyway.
That shit crazy.
But so
it's one of my gripes.
But you talking about how nobody cares. I mean, Dynamite, bro. That 3-hour Dynamite, fam. When I tell you, it was hard for me to stay away.
Were you not streaming?
That's the problem. I fucking was. I was streaming and I was nodding, dog. Like, it was. Now, Grant, though I was streaming, I was having some internet issues because the internet was busted in my area. But still, fam, it's so. This is how I looked at AEW.
I want you to tell you real quick how much I don't give a fuck about watching AEW. I literally have free subscription to watch it because of story. Nigga don't even watch.
You say you have you have it for free and still that's crazy. But I mean, I don't blame you for it, right? So, cause like AEW that night, there was only really 2 high spots that night. The number one high spot was MJF coming back.
Oh yeah, the Swerve getting called Diddy.
And that too. So it was like, that was the high spot. The second high spot was Pac versus Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, that already right there. The names alone.
And the only reason why is because it was just a really good match.
That ring probably exploded.
But it's like, I'm watching it, right? Freaking Roderick Strong versus John Moxley. Boring. Who cares?
Okay, but I'm sorry, but like Roderick Strong do this though. Like he one of them motherfuckers that do this shit. But go ahead.
And that's the thing. Great wrestler, but who cares about Roderick Strong and John Moxley? It doesn't do anything for nobody.
I feel bad
for this tournament. No story, no reasons, just these two going at each other, and I think John Moxley won.
Cause Roderick Strong do this shit, dog.
And so that happens. Eddie Kingston.
Oh God.
It's unfortunate for him. Cause like I look at Eddie Kingston and when he gives these promos and he's doing what he's doing. And it's like I know what Eddie Kingston sound like when he cares. I don't think he cares.
You know, is it weird to say that? And because they have a relation because of TNA. Mike Santana is almost the Mike Santana in TNA is the equivalent of Eddie Kingston in AEW right now. I
will not allow that.
I'm only talking about in not caring right now because of that NXT bullshit that's going on.
No, hold on now. Because where I can see where you might be coming from. what we're getting with Mike Santana now, because like, granted, I don't think he is world heavyweight. He's ready for the world heavyweight title. However, with what I've been seeing of him since he lost the title, and the way that TNA is, starting to ramp things up, and because they got that TV deal. So they're going to be on regular TV now.
Are you telling me they're trying to save him winning the belt until he's on TV?
The answer is yes.
Oh,
it's probably going to happen on the first episode on A&E. But the way, and maybe it's just because they was in, they weren't in Mexico. They was like in Texas.
They were in Texas, yeah.
They was in Texas. But like, with the way that Mike Santana is and the way that he's kind of carrying himself, like, there's been like a weird shift in the way he's moving now. And I think like it's one of those things where it's like when they first gave it to him, I don't think he needed it or he deserved it per se.
No, the trigger was not pulled at the right time.
That too. But like where they're at right now, I think it's starting to make sense. And he's, in my eyes, he has kind of sort of proved himself worthy to be in such a spot. Especially when you look at the past people who have held that title, the star power who has been TNA champion. And then it's like, I'm looking at him, and though what needs to happen is just the fact that he needs to be put on TV more and actually so that he can be that star that makes sense for having the title. Because prior to this, I don't think he did not feel like he had the star power to hold the title. But oddly enough, with everything that he's been doing in the process, in the story that's been going on, to me, he's actually now won that spot to me, kind of thing. And I know a lot of people are extremely high on him on a personal level, but I think story-wise and like where he is currently sitting in the company, because they're trying to put him as that top babyface. And I feel I think he's finally ready to be that important kind of thing.
I do want to see him do good. And I feel like I said before, when they didn't pull the trigger on him when it was right, and then now it's like the equivalent of like, all right, the target's right here. The target moved, boom, and you pulled the trigger, but you missed the target.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was.
Because at the time when he won the belt and he was like, they was putting him in that position to win, like, I did not see him. Let me see. Let me think of one.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't see an opponent that would matter to make him look good at that time. Think about him just winning that belt from Trick. Who is a worthy enough opponent for his first opponent? It damn sure wasn't not Nick. But Nick Aldis, not Aldis. Fucking Nemeth. Yeah, Nick Nemeth. Wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? There was no like person to be next up.
Which I agree.
So they got to create a big bad.
And I think right now with TNA, and I know we've been on the side having a lot of talks about this. TNA does not have that star power in the main event. So I would say a person who I know who has held the title and I felt was like had that big star power, feel to them is Moose. Okay. Moose was quite the TNA champion, right? And it's like when you look at TNA right now, Moose is kind of sort of off to the side, chilling in the mid card with his little team that he has, right? And so it's like when they was trying to push Mike Santana to be the champion, when I think of someone who had the star power of Moose, I'm like, Mike Santana does not compare. And I don't see him as being ready to be that champion kind of thing. And it was like, at that time, even compared to like Nick Nemeth, like the star power that Nick Nemeth has does not compare to the lack that he had at the time when they was trying to really push him to be like, hey, y'all should really look at this guy and consider him to be like a champion. Like, he's the main eventer. And it was like, I wasn't feeling that. However, after they gave it to him and took it back from him, even though that was a crazy thing to do,
literally,
I feel that maybe somebody knew what they was doing. They were cooking, because what has happened going up into this, it has made him look like he is a worthy person to actually be the next champion and feel like a star in that position.
I know those promos he's been cutting have been really compelling. Very compelling. Very much not a Hangman and a Will Ospreay, but it's like one third of possibility. Anyway, back to your notes, because I definitely want to talk about the ending of World Tag League.
So the thing that I was getting ready to round up to when it came to AEW, right? Because like everything that was on Dynamite / Collision, the little special that they was doing, it was very lackluster. It was very, I don't care. Like they're trying to make us care about this whole Takeshita and Okada thing, and it's just like, it's dragging. Everything is slow. Everything is boring. Like I said, the only things that actually made me pop was Pac versus Kyle O'Reilly, Kyle Fletcher. But then MJF showing up. And now, because this has been such a thing we've been talking about, right? When MJF showed up, and in that ring was the 3 top contenders for the heavyweight title. When we talk about that star power and that aura whole situation, that ness that makes you feel like an actual superstar, that thing that 97% of the AEW roster has missing. When MJF showed up, if you watch it and you think about what we've talked about and how I said the fact that, like, in my opinion, Swerve, he is one of their main eventers, but he's not quite a superstar yet. Freaking Hangman, he's very close to being a superstar, an AEW superstar. But unfortunately, creative keeps fucking him. Samoa Joe,
which is his boys, crazy.
I know, right? Samoa Joe,
he just got aura, my nigga.
Yeah, he just has
aura is 10,000. Right?
And it's like it's hard for me to want to say that he's not a superstar.
He would be a superstar if he was just him, just wrecking shit. But the ops kind of make it like
it does kind of hold him back.
Yeah,
it does kind of feel like it dims his light a little.
Yeah.
But it's like when MJF comes out there, you see the difference between all of them versus what MJF is.
Yes.
And that is true superstar.
He that nigga.
Like, and god dang, he was shining very, very brightly with the promos. And right now, the MJF that we're about to get, we're getting the MJF heel, but now he has recognized the fact that, like, I'm actually a really good wrestler in the ring. So now I'm going to be a heel and I'm going to be able to back it up, which is just going to make you hate me even more. And I'm really looking forward to that. So much that the fact that I'm actually excited about the fact of MJF just being present. And I haven't been very excited about jack shit in AEW for quite some time.
So one Atlas left. The other one came back.
Honestly, when you really think about it, yes. And MJF, I'm hoping they're going to make him stay there for a while because MJF is what they need to make those other three men in that ring superstars. MJF is what is necessary to bring them up to that next level so that if MJF does go away again, there's actual star power there in AEW. Because MJF has that ability to do it. He's done it in the past. And he continues to do it. It's just the fact that hopefully the story that they're going to use to make that happen actually goes forward and it actually works and they don't screw the pooch. Which unfortunately AEW probably will, but
it is AEW.
I'm trying to hope for it.
Yeah.
And so I say those things because, and I don't have the article pulled up, but have you heard about the article that came out this week where they were talking about AEW is promotion of the year?
Yes, I was actually going to ask you that. Yeah. Yeah.
So I went and I've heard.
Yeah.
And I honestly really want to.
You got to think about their matches this year.
I want to, because I don't want to dwell on it now, but I feel like we should maybe like for the next podcast, we like go into it to kind of break it down. Because like very, very low key can understand the argument of why.
Because they kept giving, like, with every pay-per-view, there was something special happening. And we weren't getting 4-match bullshit. You were getting your money's worth in these fucking pay-per-views. And then 2, they did the biggest Uno reverse card to WWE with blood and guts. It was like, nah, nigga, let me see how you do it.
I mean, which that is fair.
Hey, they made you went to War Games and said, I don't know why I'm watching this shit. They ain't gonna do what the fuck they did there. And they didn't. And it fucked War Games. It fucked it hard.
Like when I think about, promoter of the year, it's one of those things where there's like that real low key possibility that one could really argue AEW being promoter of the year, but there's also a part of me that feels as if they're only saying that because they're only looking at half of the picture.
Well, also I want to take this back to Swag. Out of everything we've talked about so far in this year, you know how many times you hyped up a match? It was never from WWE. It was always AEW. You said multiple times the Takesha, even the the John Moxley and Takesha match, nigga. You said and said, bro, if you're gonna watch any match, watch that. You've never done that with WWE, even though John Cena and AJ Styles gave one of the best like homage matches, and you was like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Which is true. And I think that, but I also think, based on that particular piece, is the main argument as to why one would say that AEW was promotion of the year. Because it's like, I would say AEW has, throughout this whole year, they have very dark, dank dips, but then they will hit a very high peak.
So like they're like a GMO, their weeks are always in the red, but then that pay-per-view,
Very much so. That for sure is a deal. Or sometimes they might actually have, because there was a time where like, damn, they're doing really good during the week, and then they'll have the most ass pay-per-view you could possibly imagine, and just be like, wow, that was a wet fart.
They don't have balance.
Exactly. As where with WWE, they are a relatively smooth line.
They're just cruising, bro.
They were a relative. This year, there was a smooth line that would. It was a smooth line that never did this. It mostly did this. Where AEW will be like. So it was like.
It's facts.
And because of that, and one could also almost say, I mean, granted, that though this wouldn't be it, but it's like, when you look at what we've done on this podcast, crazily enough, AEW is probably the promotion we talk about the absolute most.
Because WWE doesn't do shit. It does nothing.
And that's exactly what it is. Because WWE has not done anything worth really talking about besides screw up John Cena's retirement run.
Here's the thing. Why we be talking about AEW so much is because we know what this promotion can do. We know, and it pisses you off every time when you're like, it's like trying to tell that homeboy, yo, listen to that one track from that one artist. You gonna fuck with that artist, and then you listen to the track, and it's like, bro, why do you say like wet fart in the bro? Sometimes he just do some goofy shit. Don't mind it, but like this song's fire, and he just says something like, I lick your, some wild shit, and the homie just cannot respect it.
Just for some reason can't get past that.
Nope.
Like, bro, did you not hear like, I don't know, the first 8 bars before he said that weird stuff at the end there? Like, that was just him being goofy. But those other 8, focus on that.
Almost even like anime, when people tell you, bro, after the first season, it gets good. It's the same thing. It's literally, you have so much hope because you know the potential that it has, but it just keeps fucking you up, bro. You can't defend it. And that's why I was telling you before, it's really hard to defend AEW. It's really hard.
It really is.
It's really hard.
It's like, as I always say, I'm not an AEW hater. I really do like AEW. I just don't like what they're doing and why, and the fact that they're literally not making moves to be better.
It's literally because it's where the best wrestle. And that's it. Speaking of good wrestling, I don't know if you had any additional notes.
No. That pretty much covered all the main pieces that I wanted to talk on that. I mean, now, hold on. Wait. Because I would be remiss if I don't bring this up. Not about AEW, because like I said, that AEW shit, I'm going to spare AEW and not continuing talking about the shit on Dynamite. But I do want to talk about NXT real quick.
What's up? Oh, you talking about this Botch shit?
Fam. Watching this Botch and then seeing the things that are being talked about online.
The homegirl saying the tweet, take this photo off, this fuck ass photo off your banner. And then deletes the tweet. She said fuck ass.
Listen.
Like, these bitch ass or fuck ass, either one.
Oh, she said fuck ass.
Oh, it's fuck ass. Okay, I couldn't remember it's fuck ass or bitch ass. And I'm just like, bruh, Monroe,
it's hilarious watching it and then seeing the fact like, oh, that, and what makes it even funnier to me is like, cause it's like if they could have just went forward and just played it off like, oh, well, I guess that did happen, but it's like, they give themselves away so hard Because it's like, he counts to 3. 1, 2, 3. Freaking Thea out here, she's reacting like, did you just count 3? Wait, you count 3? I win? And then the referee's like, yeah, ring the bell, go ahead. And then it proceeds to play Blake Monroe's theme song. So they just let the cue stay how the cue was. So now it's all like, no, don't play Blake's theme song. She didn't win. What are you doing? And it's just like, just the awkwardness of it all is so funny to me.
Bro, I want to know who was more fucked from that situation. Was it Blake or was it Homegirl or was it the ref? I want to know who was more fucked in that situation.
So I don't have any, the most back information that I've heard that I was able to get some kind of hands on is just the fact is the fact that there is a lot of there's a lot of fingers being pointed. There's a lot of fingers being pointed.
Nobody wants to take the blame.
And it's one of those deals where it's like a lot of fingers are being pointed, and there's a lot of realization of there's so many other things that apparently could have been done besides what initially happened. But one of the interesting bits that I was able to hear about is the fact, like, because apparently, like, after this all happened, there was like this whole, like, apparently, like, back, what was it? Back, like, pretty much like backstage, there's like apparently like this whole new process. Rule? Yeah, the rule. Yeah. There's like this whole new rule saying the fact that, like, now talent, like, if they're like when they show up for the show, like, they have to be there till the very, very end type situation.
Oh yeah, because people be leaving. That's what I remember. Bailey was saying something about that, like not liking people leaving so early. Yeah,
yeah. And so, like, apparently, because, like, apparently on the internet, people are doing like the point fingers games, like, ooh, who was not there when they should, who left and who wasn't supposed to be there type deal and all this other stuff. And it's like the story that I've heard about who left and why this whole rule went into play. Because I think it was the whole fact of someone that was there, they left early because, you know, how everything is being recorded right now with the holidays. And so it's like they only had one thing to record and they went home. But because of the botch, they couldn't use that recording anymore and they had to re-record something else. So when this happened, they're all like, oh, fuck, where are they? We need them here. They're not here. It's like, well, they need to get here. Why did they leave? It's like, they had one thing to shoot and they were done like 4 hours ago. Like, why did we need to keep them here type situation. It's it was
a dumpster fire.
Oh, a dumpster fire is the correct term to use on how ridiculous everything ended up being at NXT. Hilarious though. It's absolutely hilarious. But I'm really interested. Very interested to see what they're going to do and how they're going to deal with this happy accident. But in the meantime, hell yeah, Thea got that belt though. Like, she got hers. She got hers. She's a made girl now. She in the books. History, baby. Like,
I will say, outside of that botch, I mean, like, hold up. I could have sworn this was a thing, and maybe I'm wrong. When a person wins the Sole Survivor or the Iron Survivor, they're supposed to get a title shot match, right?
Yes.
Why the fuck is Javon Evans fighting for an attempt for a title shot when he was the Iron Survivor?
Oh, so to catch you up on that is because Javon Evans showed up after winning on that Tuesday. It was like, hey, so like I know I won the Iron Survivor. I'm supposed to get my match on New Year's Evil, but fuck that. I want this shit now.
And he lost.
Because Ricky Saints.
Oh yeah. Okay now. Okay. Yeah. I remember seeing.
Because Ricky Saints came out there and was like, hey, Javon. Why don't you just wait, bro? Like, why don't you wait? Get your thing in on New Year's Evil and let me handle Obafemi right quick. And Javon's like, hey, respectfully, no. And Ricky Saints like, hey, do that shit, bro. Do that shit. And then
that's when he went out there and pulled the ref, yeah.
And then he pulled the ref and screwed him over and cost him the match.
Okay,
and
I remember that shit, yeah.
And it's funny because like when that happened, I'm like, we're finally going to get the real Ricky's. Not this babyface bullshit that he been doing. I'm just like, this is good. This is good. Although I don't think it's going to be like a really long thing because like I'm pretty certain Javon Evans is getting moved up. He's main roster.
I don't think he should go until he wins that title. I don't think he's doing that.
He's not winning that title, bro. He ain't getting that NXT belt. That's a done deal.
No, I don't think he's going up yet. But
I mean, bro, he's literally about to be on Raw. Like they're like, yeah, we want you on Raw. Da, da, da. Like what I'm thinking is he's probably gonna have this last little fallout match at New Year's Evil with Saints, and they're gonna finish in their little squabble. And after he finishes their squabble, he's going to the main roster, which is kind of unfortunate because I kind of really want him and Slater to still do their thing. But then again, there's a part of me that's all like, though Slater is a TNA guy, fam, he's getting the shine right now, bro. Like I'm talking from the match that he had at the pay-per-view with the tag team.
Mm-hmm.
So like from that, and then now since Javon Evans, since they're like, we still need a title match at New Year's Evil, we're going to have everyone who was in that match because they all tied in the Iron Survivor match. So that's why they had the 4-way match, and that's why he won and is going on to fight Obafemi. But could you imagine? Because this is the other piece that I'm kind of like, I wonder what they're gonna do. Could you imagine him as the youngest X Division champion?
Who, Javon?
No. Leon Slater.
Yeah, he's the youngest.
So imagine they have him as that youngest, and then he goes and they let him beat Obafemi for the NXT belt, bro. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the hype and the push they would put on for that boy if they let him take on Obafemi? Win.
First off, if that nigga wins, bro, Javon, you better ride. I mean, he's literally the same nigga. One's British, though.
I mean, you're not wrong. To be fair. They really had him looking like he won that match when Ricky Saints did what he did.
Oh, yeah. They put him over. Yeah.
They, like, we got the visual win. Just not the actual. However, I do kind of agree with that though. It's like, oh damn, but you couldn't, but Leon could. All right, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But if that happened, that might cause some tension.
Damn, but at the same time, I would actually be okay with that. Like that's because then we'll get that match and get a finish to it. Like we should have.
Are you talking about Leon losing the belt to Javon?
Now that could be debated.
That's what I would see, because
but like
being Uber,
I'm just talking about them having the match in general. Like now, who wins that?
Yeah, because we never got that finish.
No,
we never got that finish. Yeah, you're right. to see who is really the true young OG.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that piece up about NXT, and I also think I really think I want us to do, because I'm gonna get the article so that we can go through it because there were other things that they talked about in that article outside of AEW being the promotion of the year.
They were saying some people to break out stars, and most of them were AEW people.
Yes, not rightfully, but yes, they had them there. I think the one that was all like, because they female wrestler of the year
was Monet. I said, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
I said, bitch. I said Dave Meltzer did this. No way.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I think what they said match of the year was like, oh man, what was it? It was an AEW match that they said was match of the year, and it absolutely wasn't. But it's like when you look at that whole article, it's almost as if that whoever made that article, they only watched a certain period of wrestling for both brands and made very suggestions. But I want to go over it like more in depth and then give our more accurate idea of what probably should be for those, because I know for a fact the match of the year that they gave is absolutely not match of the year, in my opinion.
Okay.
But there's been a lot of there's some tough matches to say for match of the year, because I know in my upper echelon of matches of the year, we got Javon Evans versus Leon Slater. We have Io Sky versus Rhea. And then I would even also throw in there Io Sky versus Rhea versus Bianca Belair.
Okay.
And I do, there is one other match, but right now it's not coming to my brain. But I know those three matches right now, off the top of my head, are at least three of my top contender matches for a match of the year candidate as of right now. But that's just me.
Well, I've been wanting to talk about this New Japan, this World Tag League. I'm mad at my boys. But I know why they did it. But overall, your first introduction to New Japan, tell me, what were your thoughts about World Tag League?
So, with World Tag League being my introduction, my real introduction.
Reintroduction, because obviously Kenny Omega matches and shit like that.
But see, I wouldn't even count that as me being introduced to. That was more so me being introduced to Kenny Omega.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
it's like I've never truly like watched New Japan. I've seen clips and I've seen some key matches, but I've never just like from start to finish on a consistent basis watched the product.
I'm not gonna lie, if you watched December 19th, that highlight of the year, or like the entire year of New Japan, that shit look lit. I'm kind of mad I didn't see that shit, but if you watched it December 19th, you see some of the shit, some of the matches on there, shit's like, it was lit. But continue.
But like, I know for me right now, with what my current view on New Japan, number one, I am very upset with the finish of the tag league, because I'm not a Zack Sabre Jr. guy. All right, I'm gonna just put it out there. He's
just the audience is looking at you right now.
Listen, fam. And I'm gonna tell it to you guys like how me and him have had the conversation about, right? When I look at wrestlers, and I want to eventually like better define it, but at this very moment, I look at wrestlers, and especially New Japan wrestlers, with the way that they work. I look at them in three ways: their wrestling abilities, their overall aura that they have, and then their actual charisma that they possess, right? And I am a person who likes someone who has that aura and charisma, that those two things that make a character. You know what I'm saying? I like characters. New Japan has a lot of characters, a lot of interesting characters who have a very particular kind of personality that really makes them stick out amongst every New Japan person that is there, kind of thing. Just from that charisma and character. And this is before I ever see them make a move, kind of thing. Like, when I was watching, all I saw was Evil come down to the ring and he do his pose. And I'm like, I fucks with him.
Yeah, how the camera go, that shit. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Yeah, I did.
That's just lit.
Yeah, I did.
That's just lit.
And so it was like that alone, I'm like, I fucks with him. I like that.
Yup.
Freaking, I didn't know who the hell the War Dogs were. Okay.
Yeah, it's that's a Bullet Club War Dogs now. That's what they are.
But it's like when I saw the War Dogs come down to the ring, and then just the way they presented themselves.
Oh, you mean War Dragons? Or
I'm sorry, War Dragons.
Yeah, War Dragons. They just made that team up, by the way.
And it's like I saw the way they presented themselves, and I see each of the persons that they were,
Shingo and Driller,
and I'm like, I like those guys a lot. I need them to win, and they didn't.
Driller's theme song alone is.
And even like, you know, talk about with the Knockout Bros, who are the champions. Freaking Yoto Ice.
There you go.
And his boy Henry. Like,
oh no, it's Oscar.
Oscar. Where the fuck I get?
Because he's big as hell, like
Yeah,
Henry.
yeah. Shout out to the homie Henry.
Shout out to the homie Henry.
Vash Dragon, my boy, Big Daddy V. But
oh, crazy.
But I'm sorry. Yeah, V for villain. Now
No. I knew.
But yeah. So it's like I see them, and like before I've watched these guys do a match, I'm looking at them and I'm like, the presentation, the character that they got, the swagger that they got, I'm with it, I'm about it, I love it type situation. And then when I see them have their matches, that just draws me in even more. And that's how I digest my wrestling. When it comes to Zack Sabre Jr., he is, if I was to make it like an overall standing, his wrestling is maxed out at 100%. But those other two pieces are like 0.4 and less. He does not have character to me. He does not have aura, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't have that thing that make me all like, yeah, that motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does not have that. He's just a good match.
He's a bloke who knows how to fight.
Yes.
He's Finley.
But even then, Finley had some character to him.
My name is Finley, and I love to fight.
It was like even Finley had some character to him.
That thing,
a little bit of a swagger of some sort, some kind of aura. To me, Zach does not have like aura. He's just someone who mastered the art of professional wrestling, in my opinion.
Or making a bitch tap out. Mainly that.
As he is a top tier technician. All right, he is a top tier technician who really, really, really knows how to wrestle
and loves to pop his collar.
I guess.
No, he literally pops his collar,
and that's
literally
as bright as his aura shines.
That is literally his taunt, is popping his collar.
And it's funny you say that. It's like in the wrestling game, he's one of those few wrestlers who only has one taunt. Like, you know how like when you're like you're a wrestler, you can have like 4 taunts, and it'll be like Zach. It'll say Zack Sabre Jr. 1, Zack Sabre Jr. 2, 3, 4, 5, and they'll have several taunts. Yep. No, he just has Zack Sabre Jr. And it's just that one taunt.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
As where someone like Yota Ice, it'll say Yota Ice, and he'll have like 6, 7, 8, 9 different taunts.
He'll have one. He'll have everything.
He'll have so many taunts that if you don't like the ones that he currently has, you can just switch them to taunt 8 and taunt 7 and then taunt 5. But overall, when it came to that whole tag league, I understand and I kind of get him winning because, because as you told me, he represents what New Japan is kind of about, which is
combat sport,
the combat of it all. And Zack Sabre Jr. is definitely a combat fighter, but put him on the mic and I'm going to fall asleep or not be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
Beer on the nips.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then putting beer in on the trousers and on your I'm not even gonna say the term. I was about to say shaboinga, but that's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, shaboinga is crazy.
Wow. That is a term I haven't heard in a long time.
So
shaboinga.
Putting ice on. Damn, I can't even say put ice. You know what? Fuck it. Putting ice on his meat. Fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Cause you keeping your ice on your meat to make sure the meat is frozen and in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna move on. Anyway, so World Tag League. World Tag League. What I enjoyed about it is that it makes you get familiar with people. There are like you said before, there's so many characters. I wish I could listen to Dick Toga 2, his fucking promos, because that was such a random and goofy encounter that they have a character in House of Torture. His name is Dick Toga. Apparently he went away on business or some shit like that, and one of their people in the actual team, his name is Sho. It was put on the card that Dick Toga was in the match. And so he goes out there and says, hey, I know Dick Toga's in the match. I am Dick Toga. And they're like, no, you're not. He says, no, I'm Dick Toga. And now he becomes Dick Toga 2.
Yeah.
And that shit was hilarious because anytime he'll cut a promo, he be cutting promos, arm on the rope. And then they start beating him up immediately. I love how House of Torture, their whole philosophy is the bell doesn't ring, bitch. Just jump him. Jump him.
There was literally a match that they had where it was they attacked, took the match outside of the ring, and they fought for damn near 10, 15 minutes outside of the ring. One of my favorite things that happened was they had a match. In the match, something's going on, and then all of a sudden, Dick Toga goes and he rings the bell.
Yes, or Evil will do that. That shit be hilarious.
He rings the bell, and it was on the last episode that they had there. It's he does that. It's he rings the bell, and then everyone just comes out of the woodwork, and it's just this big jump session to the point where they had to separate everyone, get everyone out of there who didn't need to be, and they literally restarted the whole fucking match.
Yes.
It got that ridiculous.
Or that time where he did it, he gets on the mic and says, and you're evil, move away. It's just bro, that's the kind of comedy I'm get this nigga out of here.
Bro,
out of here.
They are an absolute mess.
Yes, Evil is no better.
But it's I feel as far as New Japan as a whole, taking Zack, I will say Gabe Kidd, because Gabe Kidd was someone who I wasn't really big on kind of thing, which I think is more just a personal thing because the way he carries himself.
It's because of Death Riders.
The way that he carries himself. Well, maybe it's when he was doing a Death Riders thing because now he's kind of this anti-hero babyface.
Yeah.
He's not really a bad guy anymore.
Yeah. He's not really showing up in AEW.
But it's Like him as a bad guy, I was like, he just reminds me of the kind of people who I really don't like being around. But it's like the match that they had. I will say he definitely impressed me because he was standing 10 tones down with fucking with Zach.
Oh yeah,
Like he was going reversal bar for bar in there with the technical wrestling, which I was all like, well, damn, Gabe kid, so you're more than just a fucking beat 'em up brute. Okay, I see you.
I did find it funny that the two blokes were just in each other's faces, just pissing each other off, and the two Japanese guys are like, "See, I'm gonna see you in the ring. You know, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get in." And you just see the two differences of them in the ring. And then Yacht is a I always pronounce his first name incorrectly. You know, I'm supposed to go last name, but Yota. He calls us like, yeah, we're done. And it's just like we're calm, we're chill. But these two motherfuckers, they can yell all day. Let them do that.
And so I am thoroughly enjoying my New Japan experience, and I feel like once we get into because
Wrestle Kingdom's next week. No, next
is it 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Because it's the
fourth,
third or fourth of January. And so I'm definitely eager to see it.
No, actually, that would be 1 week because we're going into Christmas next week, and then as the weekend passes, it's like on because Friday, I think it's the second. It's the Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
It's that Saturday, yeah. And it's a 2-day event because they're like WrestleMania now.
I'm looking forward to it and whatnot because
Ace.
I definitely want to see David Finlay's match. Who isn't at first I was like, David Finlay, his last name is like fucking is because he's actually Finlay's son and whatnot, and he's fucking badass. Like I was like, damn, all right, apples don't fall too far from the trees. Freaking David Finlay's a goddamn monster. And then he had his whole little promo. He was like, because he got busted over, he's all like, tasting my own blood kind of made me realize, damn, I was starting to get a little soft there. Nah, you done woke me up now. I'm fuck you up. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
The fact they be throwing F-bombs on there too?
Oh, bro,
Gabe Kid, I was like that backstage promo at the end of that last match for the for the finals. Mm-hmm. He just like F-bomb. I'm like, damn, nigga, how much money you losing right now? Because this is on TV. Just on TV. But
and I think, and once again, when it comes to him and Zack Sabre Jr., I feel, and maybe it's just because of the fact that they, I just don't feel Gabe Kid. He's kind of okay. He does have a character. I just am not a fan of the type of character that he is. But I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. He's just a dude who is just so happenly really good at wrestling, extremely amazing at wrestling. But it's he I don't get that sense of he can talk shit outside of just being I'm better than you kind of thing. That's his talking shit kind of thing. There's no, real back and forth.
He's talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. Cause for instance, looking at someone like him and then looking like someone at Daniel Bryan, right?
Or Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson, he is I'm gonna just say he is just as technical in the ring as Zack Sabre Jr. But you know what Daniel Bryan has that Zack does not have? Charisma.
You want me to tell you the difference? Why?
He has aura.
American wrestling, Japanese wrestling. In America, you have to have charisma. You have to be able to talk. To sell to us, why should I fucking care? Where in Japan, as you can see in a lot of their opening preview matches, it's just niggas out there just going. Niggas should be just going for the love of the sport. But there are people who can't talk, but it's just mostly they going out there for the love of the game.
Which is which you're completely right, and that is the part that I feel like maybe once we get into like the next phase of what's going on with New Japan, maybe I'll see more of it, or maybe New Japan will just continue to prove to be the fact of why I don't like Zack Sabre Jr. But because it's like, yeah, I know everyone wrestles there, and it's mostly wrestling is more so the focus, but at the same time, you know, with the characters that they have, there is a unspoken story that is there and that exists that does draw me into the match. And of course, you know, it's I feel like I'm like it's a comic book because like I'm watching the match, but I'm getting the works cited stuff from commentary where they'll be all like, well, yeah, so like these two are fighting, you know, a couple of years ago there was this that was going on, and then this happened, and then this happened, and now, you know, moving forward here, they still don't like each other, and blah blah blah, and we got this going on right now, and so I'm like, okay, all right, I'm following, I'm getting the story, kind of thing, and even though, and once again, sometimes we do get the promos, and where they do talk, but it's like when it comes to that, I understand why Zack Sabre Jr. is in New Japan, and he's really only been in New Japan. It, like why he's there and why he stays there and why I can imagine him retiring there. Because he does not seem like someone who would want to really talk on the mic. Like he doesn't seem like the kind of person that's got much of anything to really say that's going to be entertaining.
Mm. So one of the things I do also like about New Japan is obviously the Young Lion system. It's very interesting. I like how rather than doing a developmental, they just do the preview matches and just throw the Young Lions in the ring with the vets. So rather than like, okay, we're going to shoot the shit amongst us as Young Lions and do those moments, we are in the ring with the vets doing things with them and seeing how they flow. Granted, I'm going to take the pin. I'm going to tap. But I got to rub shoulders with Takesha, with fucking, you know, Zack Sabre Jr., with the big people. I'm rubbing shoulders in the ring with them early and learning from them early.
In that particular sense, with how they were doing it in the tag league, I do like that idea. I like how that works because it gives the visual of them being in the ring with that person, with someone who is, you know, there. And then from a story perspective kind of thing, because I know, like, you know, certain people who are in the upper echelon, I heard them talking about how, like, you know, they will take one of the young lions under their wing, and kind of sort of make them be there.
Shingo, is that for Daiki is that for Shingo?
Yeah, and so it's like there are stories that are there that happens with all of that, because when they, like, for how they talked about with, you know, like the Yoto Ice kind of thing, and how, like, you know, when he was a young lion, and then the reason why the Knockout Brothers are even a thing is because he went over to Germany on his little, you know, excursion, and then they linked up and they realized, like, hey, yo, we're kind of dope together. Let's do this. Let's run that. And, you know, and Oscar himself, they talked about, like, I think there was like a little thing that was with him and the Murder Hawk.
Oh yeah,
where, you know, like when he was a young lion himself, you know, our resident Murder Hawk kind of sort of was like, you know, kind of took him under the wing a little bit type situation, and you know, kind of like gave him some pointers, showed him a way, like gave him, like, they said something about, like, you know, he gave him like this red wristband,
which they was doing with Zane J too. Zane J,
yeah. So it was like he talked all about that, and that also played a lot in that, and all of that came up when they had their match against each other type situation, and so it's all like story.
Here we go, boy. Here we go.
And it's one of those things, and I'm happy about that because prior to watching, I had this preconceived notion, it's kind of AEW's fault, that New Japan did not really actually tell stories. And to a small degree, it's true. They don't tell stories necessarily in the traditional sense
of American storytelling,
but there is a continuous story happening.
There's whereas in American wrestling, you see it through plot points and points that get you there. In New Japan, you see it through growth.
Yeah,
you see it from like with Tanahashi himself being a young lion to being the ace of the universe.
Yes,
you see that shit.
Yes, yes, there is. It is a progression. Funny enough, that like it very anime like.
Yes, yes,
like which makes sense.
That's a little wild right there. I mean, yeah,
like it's very on the nose, but it does make sense, and you can see that because with animes, there is a overarching story, but it is told in that sense of there is a continuous growth of this character leading to, you know, what may be that overarching story at the very end of the line, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like, and then like when that story, you know, gets to that end of the line, let's say, you know, it's like something going on like with winning like the heavyweight title or whatnot, and it culminates at what's the big pay-per-view?
Wrestle Kingdom.
So it's like it culminates at Wrestle Kingdom. It's like after that happens, everything continues, and that is not forgotten in any kind of way.
New season, new arc.
But it's like though it becomes that new arc, everything that happened and culminated to Wrestle Kingdom stays canon. It stays canon and it never goes away. And it's and everything that happened there, it is indeed getting built up on, kind of thing. And it's as where you know in WWE, especially nowadays, they used to do this a little bit better, but now, you know, their canons and all this other stuff are a bit out of whack. But it's like, you know, with the stories that are happening right now, the stories are going moment for moment for moment for moment.
Yep, and then you forget about the fact that, I used to hate you really fucking bad like 3 weeks ago.
You forget. But it's not so much we forget, it's they're just acting like we forgot.
Yep.
But we remember. Petra's Farm remembers. Which then circles back to one of the problems that AEW has, and it's the fact that they either think we forgot or they don't care if we remember. And we're just going to do this. And we're not going to care about the canon of what happened last week. That canon note that what happened last week happened last week. It's no longer necessary canon that we need to bring up unless we decide that we really do want to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? It's like where like old cartoons where it's just you watch an episode of Angry Beavers here, and then the next episode has no relation, does not even bring up anything that happened in the previous episode.
I mean, yeah, perfect example. Remember, is bopping you into last week, and like, Norbit bops Daggett into BC time. Next episode, everything's honky dory.
That's the storytelling that AEW's been trying to do.
Sometimes WWE too.
Yes, but AEW's the promotion of the year.
Because it's the best damn wrestling of the year. Anyway,
I mean, I can easily say they really have, because WWE hasn't.
Not in the slightest.
Not
bro.
in the slightest.
Not in the slightest, my nigga.
It's crazy.
It's one of those things where you're like, man, going to the best restaurant in town and the food is shite, but you do it for status. Just to be like, oh, where was you at yesterday? Oh, I was at.
Yeah, I ate that one spot. Oh, I heard that place is expensive. Yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went there.
You got to pay $30 just to do a reservation. And the reservation system don't even like what the product is giving out right now. They're like, y'all serving frozen food?
It's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, bro.
How you go to an upscale fancy restaurant and you're eating frozen
food?
As for AEW is always like a food truck. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga, the shit slap.
But that shit,
it's in the weirdest hole in the wall.
Listen, it's a food truck. And it's probably one of the best food you'll ever have, but you gotta go slap dab in the middle of the projects to get it.
And you looking over your shoulder every second. Or matter of fact, the line too damn long. One of the line too damn long, so you get pissed off because you're like, man, I want to go there early, and if I go there early, I'm gonna get my plate quick, and you get, God damn it, I trusted you, my nigga. But then you bite into that food and say, nigga, it was worth it.
At the end of that, at the end of that piece, yeah, they're like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I was sitting here for like an hour and a half to get this food. Well, I guess the food at least was worth it.
Oh.
But man, am I really going to come back here and wait another hour and a half to get this one plate of food again?
Yep.
Yeah, that's AEW for sure.
Yep. or AEW is that one shorty who give you the best, but that bitch crazy. And you got to cosplay with your mind. I know this motherfucker crazy.
Do I really want to get involved and deal with all of this madness just to get that really, really good for this one night?
And your shorty in WWE is your main shorty, but she a pillow princess. See your side piece. And you want her to be the main. But she too damn crazy.
Yo, this man. Oh my God. Yo.
Any final thoughts, my guy?
Yo, listen. I'm the pillow princess.
I'm just saying though, but you know what I'm talking about.
Absolute wild.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness. All right. As far as everything that's been going on, because like we are running up on the end of the year activities here.
World end.
You know, like we're on that final run of stuff, wrapping up what has easily been the worst year, one of the worst years of wrestling in a good minute.
WWE wrestling.
Period, bro.
AEW's matches are good, man, but that story though, I'm saying, you said wrestling, bro.
Just sports entertainment.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. And not wrestling, sports entertainment.
Like, well, I mean, honestly, it's been worse. The sports entertainment aspect has been shit. And in some places, the wrestling has been garbo. Not everyone's wrestling is garbo. But some people's wrestling has been garbo.
I mean, Monet.
And it's like the worst booking and probably some of the worst booking we've witnessed in years.
What was that 1 year of wrestling that we just like, I don't want to look back at that one. It's like that.
Oh, this one definitely would be.
Yeah.
This year is definitely one of those years where it's all like,
or at the beginning of Super Cena when he beat the Nexus, like you don't want to look back at that year.
Yeah, and it's funny because like that's something that I almost kind of want to look back and like do a quick study on of like the different years of wrestling that we've had. Like what year? Because now, granted, it's also because of the fact that there's been a lot of wrestling where it's only just been really WWE, but it's like throughout the years it's mostly just WWE, and I guess you could bring in New Japan. Although it's funny because like when I think back on it now, a lot of like the time when like WWE wrestling was at its worst was actually when New Japan was putting on some of the best stuff ever. Like when Kenny Omega was having his run, WWE was some of the worst shit on TV.
Yes.
And
that was the PG era, I believe, right?
Very much so. I do believe. Yeah. Now I gotta do the research to just so I can have my bearing straights on it. And so I am going to do that because now I kind of want to like think. I want to compare this year of wrestling to past years, and I want to see if this year really is as bad as it's ever been, or have I just blacked out some of the past wrestling that we've had? Because
I'm going to say this here right now. The best year of wrestling was 98.
Possibly.
That was when Austin was at his peak.
98 was 98.
That was the Royal. That was the Royal one where he got jumped by McMahon, and McMahon won. And then we got WrestleMania 17 with him and The Rock, and we got Backlash the next pay-per-view, where we got the you can take her and get this to everybody, and you get Austin coming up and doing the middle and then stop.
Maybe,
nigga,
we'll have to look. Now the research has to be done to see, comparably speaking, was this truly like the worst year of wrestling?
All right.
I'm going to do it.
Well, guys, as always, thank you for watching our content. Matter of fact, just listening to us in general, whether if you're listening to us on any other streaming platforms, we are all on, we are on every streaming platform or all streaming platforms. Please, when you can, go ahead and like the video if you haven't already yet. And also, please subscribe because it helps out the channel as much as it can. Oh, we were supposed to choke slam the like button. Actually, in Tombstone, the subscribe button. I'm slipping a little bit. But as always, it's the Masaku.
It's your boy, Swag Switch in the building.
Until next time, guys, have a good one. See you soon.